Reading the storyteller, I could observe some controversial fact together with an important theme. One important theme of this short story is that the virtue and goodness should be their own rewards and that one can persuade people to be truly good by promising some reward to them. The compromised reward wasn't going to be for the best, despite being a good person, good with people, and dedicated at the end, death was going to get the good girl anyway. I could observe that in this line, all that was left of her were her shoes, bit of clothing, and the three medal for goodness. It, the medals Bertha received as prizes for her goodness and punctuality, obedience, and behavior that revealed her hiding place to the wolf and result in her death. We can see here how little life mattered for the rest. Were any of the little pigs killed? No, they all escaped. The story began badly, said the smaller of the small girls, but it had a beautiful ending. Is the sense three seems to be not contribution for the good action. The girl has it all the story. From my point of view, The Berger is a controversial story that shows how benignity and good-hearted action are not always retributed by society. However, it shows that everyone has a skill that doesn't have to do with normal standards. Mams, the Verger, is a simple tale about a simple man who does his duties with great joy and dedication. Furman has been the verger of his church for 16 years, doing all the menial and manual duties of the vicarage. He's fired when they discover that he can't write. We can't judge someone or consider him or her ignorant for being able to read or write, because they may surprise us. The story constantly tells us how remarkable Forsman's conduct is. As for example, in this part, he looked, if not like a duke, at least like an actor of the old school who socialized in Duke's part. He had tact, firmness, and self-assurance. His character was unappeakable. Both stories, the storyteller and the verger, speak about good action and irreproachable compromise. But both stories also speak about a happy ending for those kind of characters. Both stories also speak about educational issues such as not being able to read or write. I found one example of this in the following part of the Berger, where it says, but a most extraordinary circumstance came to my knowledge the other day, and I felt it my duty to impart into the church warders. I discovered to my astonishment that you could neither read or write. It all involves into a problem when they tell him that in St. Peter's Naval Square they can have a verger who can neither read or write. Both characters in the stories are submissive to the negative answer they get for their good action and discipline, as in the part that says, his wife said it was a dreadful countdown after being verger of St. Peter, but he answered that you had to move with the times. The church wasn't what it was, and henceforward he was going to render into Caesar as was Caesar. There are many controversies in both stories. Being able to get a fortune without having academical studies.